Now to another round of Fight Club, White House edition. A source confirms to CNN that a pair of administration economic officials were on the verge of a brawl last week at a MAGA dinner party, I should say, right here in Washington, D.C. Who are these officials? We're talking about the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, and a top housing regulator, Bill Pulte. Bessent threatened to punch Pulte in the face. It is CNN's Kristen Holmes and other colleagues who have this new reporting confirmed, I think, by Politico, which first reported it. Kristen, what are you told by your sources?
Yeah, well, I was told by a source who witnessed the whole event that it was insane. That was the word that they used to talk about what happened at this dinner party. Now, this is at the executive branch. That's an exclusive club, it's a social club in Georgetown that was set up by a number of very wealthy MAGA supporters, one of them being Don Jr. himself. So it was at this dinner. Essentially, the two men ended up near each other during a cocktail hour in which the source heard a expletive-laden rant from Bessent at Pulte. Now, we were told that he essentially accused him of bad-mouthing him to President Trump, saying he knew what he was doing and that he wasn't going to sit around and talk to him. Then at one point, it got so heated that he threatened to punch him in the face. A co-founder of the executive branch had to break it up. And during that time, Bessent was essentially saying, let's take this outside, to Pulte, who, according to this source, seemed a little bit confused, definitely taken off guard. I mean, this is not the first time, of course, we've seen the Treasury Secretary in an altercation that got incredibly loud, heated, and allegedly, according to some sources, grew somewhat physical. We know that months ago, when Elon Musk was still parading around the White House, he and Bessent got into an altercation that involved screaming that over who was going to lead the IRS. So this right here, we have not heard any comment from the White House. We, of course, reached out to White House, Treasury, to Pulte. Nobody has responded to this. But again, sources in the room describing it as absolutely insane, confusing at one point. I will note, both of these men apparently stayed for the dinner portion of this, but they were seated nowhere near each other. And of course, Dana, one thing to point out is Pulte, who many people hadn't really heard of until the last several weeks, he's really had his stock rising within MAGA world and with the president after he's taken on personally his charge to try and fire Lisa Cook. He was the one who brought the charges of mortgage fraud against her.
Wow. Okay, that was not on my bingo card for today. Thank you so much, Kristen. Appreciate that reporting back here at the table. Jeff, you cover the Trump administration. You go to the White House every day. You have dealt with both of these officials.
What comes to mind